Hey everyone, in this video we are going to take a complete walkthrough of Jira. That is one of the most popular project management tool used by the teams worldwide. So let's see what is Jira. So Jira is a project management tool primarily used for tracking tasks and bugs, managing the agile projects, planning the sprints, and collaborating across the teams. So it is widely used in software development, but many teams use it for general workflow management as well. So in today's video, we are going to learn how to create user stories and link them. That is to study the dependencies, the blockers, and the relationships, and write strong acceptance criteria, validate the user stories from a tester perspective, and track everything using requirement traceability. And the best part is that we will do this using Jira free cloud setup. So before jumping, let's understand the different deployment options of Jira. So let's start with Jira Cloud, which is the most commonly used deployment model today. That is fully hosted by Atlassian, meaning that there is no need for users to install or maintain any infrastructure. Everything runs on Atlassian servers, allowing the teams to get started quickly. One of the biggest advantages of Jira Cloud is its accessibility. Since it is web-based, users can access it from anywhere using their browser, whether they are working remotely or in the office. Jira Cloud also offers a free plan, which is ideal for small teams or startups, or you can say for students. So this free tier provides essential features to manage the projects without any upfront cost. Jira Cloud is perfect for teams looking for a simple and scalable and low maintenance solution. Second is Jira Cloud, that is paid with standard and premium models. Now we are going to look at the paid versions of Jira Cloud, specifically the standard and premium plans. So these plans build upon the free version by offering more advanced capabilities. One key benefit is enhanced automation. Teams can create more complex workflows and automate the repetitive tasks, which significantly improves the efficiency. Another advantage is advanced permission controls. So this allows organizations to manage the access more precisely, ensuring that the right people have the right level of control over the project and over the data. In addition, paid plans provide better reporting and insights. Teams can generate detailed reports, track the performance metrics, and make the data-driven decisions more effectively. In summary, Jira Cloud Paid is best suited for growing teams or organizations that need more control, scalability, automation, and advanced features. Then the Jira Data Center or server, that is on premises. So unlike Jira Cloud, this version is installed and hosted on a company's own servers. This gives organizations complete control over their data, the infrastructure, and security configurations. However, with greater control comes the greater responsibility. Maintaining Jira Data Center requires dedicated IT resources to handle the installation, the updates, the backup, and the system performance. This option is typically chosen by large enterprises or organizations with strict compliance and security or customization requirements. So in short, this is ideal for companies that need maximum control and are prepared to manage the associated maintenance or complexity. So in this video, we will focus on Jira Free Cloud. The main reason for this choice is its simplicity and ease of use. So this is highly beginner friendly, making it an excellent starting point for anyone who is new to the project management tools. Another important factor is that it requires no setup or installation. You can start using it immediately through your web browser without worrying about any technical configurations. Finally, it is perfectly suited for learning purposes and small projects. So the free plan offers all the essential features that are needed to understand how Jira works and manage the task effectively within a small team. So for these reasons, Jira Free Cloud is the ideal choice for this demonstration. So let's start with it. To begin with Jira Cloud, open your browser and navigate to the Jira Cloud link. So this is the main page that shows different apps like Confluence, Jira, and other options. Click on Jira to start it. On the left hand side, you have a navigation options like For You, Recent, Start Apps, Apps and Spaces, which helps you to quickly access your projects and work. In the center, you can see your existing projects referred to here as spaces with details such as the project name, key, type, and the project lead. And at the top you will find a create button, which allows you to create new issues, and create the space button used to start a new project. On the right hand side you will see different project templates available to choose from. We have Kanban. This is best for continuous workflows where the tasks move steadily from the start to finish without fixed timelines. Then we have Scrum. This is ideal for agile teams working in sprints where work is completed in short and time box iterations. Work requests, that is useful for managing incoming requests in a structured way. Then we have development requests, that helps to track the bugs, issues, and development related tasks. Personal tasks are designed for individual to-do lists and simple task tracking. And then business project, that is suitable for non-technical teams managing general tasks with deadlines. You can also explore more templates by clicking on more templates at the bottom. From here you can choose a template based on your project's need and start building the workflow in Jira Cloud. So I'll choose Scrum. Now in the next step, Jira asks us to select how our project or a space will be managed. Here we have two options. Team managed and company managed. Let's start with the team managed option. So this option is designed for simplicity and flexibility. It allows the team to set up, manage their own workflows without needing advanced configurations. Everything is self-contained, meaning any changes we make will only affect this project. So it is quick to set up and easy to customize and perfect for small teams. On the other hand, we have company managed projects. These are more advanced and are typically used by larger organizations. They offer deeper control over the workflows and permissions and the configurations, but they also require more setup and often involve admin support. Changes made here can impact multiple projects across your organization. So for this demo we will choose team managed because it is simple, faster to set up, and ideal for learning and small projects. And it allows us to focus on understanding Jira without getting overwhelmed by the complex configurations. Now we will configure the basic details of our project space in Jira. First we enter the name of the space, which in this case is, let's suppose we are focusing on a food delivery app. So we will name it as demo number 1 and food delivery app. This represents our project. In our case, this is the food delivery app project. Next we confirm how the space is managed. As discussed earlier, we selected team managed, which is ideal for beginners and allows us to quickly set up and control the workflow without any complex configurations. We have also the option to configure the space permissions, which control who can view, edit, and comment on the project. So in the free plan this is limited but sufficient for small teams and learning purposes. Then comes the project key, which is automatically generated as DDA. So this key is used to basically uniquely identify the issues within the project, for example as demo 1, demo 2. Finally we select the template. So here we choose Scrum, which helps us to manage the work in sprints using the board and backlog. Once all details are set, we are ready to proceed to create the project and manage our tasks. So at this stage, Jira gives us the option to bring our team into the project. Here we can add people we have already worked with or invite new members by entering their names or email addresses. We can also assign roles to each member. In this case, the role is set to administrator, which means full access to manage the project, including the settings and the workflow. For this demo, adding team members is again optional. Since we are working individually, we can either skip this step at that moment or continue with the default settings. But in real world scenarios, this is where you would invite your team so everyone can collaborate and track the task and contribute to the project. Then Jira allows us to connect our work with other tools and integrations. We can link our project to code repositories, documentation spaces, and other services to enhance the collaboration and streamline the development. For example, we can connect tools like version control systems or documentation platforms to keep everything in one place. So here is also an option for project pages, which helps us organize and access important project related information easily. So for this demo we will skip this step since it's optional and mainly used for larger teams or you may be real world development environments. We can always come back later and set up these integrations when needed. Now that we have successfully set up our project in Jira, we can begin building it from the scratch. So for this demo we will create epics and user stories for our food delivery app step by step, starting from the very beginning. So this approach will help us to trace clearly and manage and track all the project activities as they evolve. So at the moment, since this is a newly created project, nothing has been added yet. That's why the backlog appears empty and there are no logs or summaries available. As we start adding epics and user stories, you will see how the backlog gradually fills up and how Jira helps us organize and visualize the entire workflow efficiently. So let's begin by creating our first epic. So when you log into Jira, the first screen you see is the dashboard. We have a top navigation bar with the search bar located at the top center, used to quickly find the issues and tasks and projects and boards. So fast navigation helps us to reduce the effort of manually searching the projects. So just a recall, in our project management, work is organized into different levels for better clarity and tracking. So epic is basically a large body of work that can be broken down into smaller parts used to represent a major feature or objective. And user story, or simply a story, is a smaller user focused requirement that is derived from an epic. So it describes a specific functionality from user's perspective. Then issue is a general term that is used to track any piece of work, including the bug, the task, the user stories. So it represents something that needs attention or resolution. And task is a specific, you can say, actionable unit of work created to support the completion of the story. Epics are broken into stories. Stories may contain tasks, and all of these can be tracked as issues within a project management system. Then we have a create button at the top. This is the main entry point to add the work or issues in Jira. So you can click on create and then select the issue type like task, story or bug and write summary to it. Then we have a left sidebar which have several options. So let's start with it. So first one is for you or selected. So this is the current page or dashboard view that shows your recent work, the assigned issues or quick access. And this is basically your personalized workspace, or you can say activity hub. The recent shows recently open projects, issues, boards, so it helps us in switching between the tasks quickly. Then we have start, that is the items you marked as favorite, so it helps us to quickly access the important items. Then apps show the installed integrations, for example Slack, GitHub or any time tracking tools. So when you click on apps, you may see several options like we have manage apps option. There you can view and control all the apps installed in your Jira workspace. So what you can do is you can view the installed apps like Slack, GitHub, or you can enable or disable apps, configure the app settings. So this is important because app extends the Jira capabilities, for example connecting your project with code repositories or any communication tool like Slack. Next is the app audit logs. So this section tracks the activities related to apps. It shows when an app was installed, the changes made by the app, the configuration updates. So this helps the administrators to monitor the app behavior and maintain security and transparency. Here we have view app request option. This is where the users can request new apps to be installed. So team members request an app and admin reviews and approves or rejects accordingly. So this ensures that only approved and secure apps are added to your Jira environment. Then we have hide from sidebar. So this removes the apps option from the sidebar view. So this doesn't uninstall any apps, it simply hides the menu for a cleaner interface. So app section helps you to integrate external tools and manage the access and keep your workspace organized. Then we have plans that are used for roadmap planning. This is an advanced feature, so this is limited in free version. Then spaces, this is a new UI terminology replacing, you can say, projects view grouping. You see my Scrum project under recent, so think of a space as a project container. Then we have recommended section, suggestions like collect request, confluence, teams. Then we have main dashboard area that is at the center. So recent spaces, like in this case my Scrum project, shows the project name, the type, quick links, board count. Then below the project card we have activity tabs like worked on. So this shows issues that you recently worked on, for example, user authentication and account management. Viewed shows the issues you only opened or view. Assigned to me means tasks that are assigned to you. Start mean favorite issues or projects. Boards that you accessed recently. For example, we have a user authentication and account management. So when you click on it, it shows user ID as Scrum 1, project name is my Scrum project, and status is created.